Greetings, everyone. This is your boy, Bobbya1984, coming to you some of that Call of Duty Ghost gameplay, play. And I feel so bad because I've done so many commentaries on this map, and yet I cannot tell you the name of this map. That is ridiculous. So we're gonna just go ahead and move on and say we're playing a game of domination. Oh, what's my name? On some map, and I gotta send, let's get the shout outs out the way. So we gotta send a shout out to Magic Enigma and the Scrub Nation and all the cats that's joining me from the Scrub Nation. There's no Wolf Pack with me, just me. So let's go ahead and get that Wolf Pack shout out. So Wolf Pack in the house. Oh, dum 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 dum. And just shout out to everyone that continues to come back and just listen to the best one-man podcast on the internet, as Greg Miller would say. And just shout out to everybody, man. Let me see, is there anybody else I need to shout out? Nope, no one's left. So let's just go ahead and move on. So as you know, if you're new to this, we're gonna play a game of domination or any type of game of Call of Duty, but we're not really gonna focus on the gameplay. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about, whatever random topic I feel is important or just something I want to talk about that I think you guys would enjoy. And I think you might enjoy this one because I haven't really been focusing on my personal life lately. I've been kind of talking about wrestling and other things. So I was like, you know what? Let's get back to the Bobbya personal life stuff. Let's talk about something that I had got a chance to do. So this past weekend, my old lady and I finally got away from the kids, man. And we've been planning a trip for, I want to say for about the last month. We've been trying to get something planned out, so we've been saving a little money, putting a little money to the side. I mean, we wasn't gonna really go all out and do anything, but we just wanted to have, like, an evening away from the kids. So we planned this this trip to a resort and spa, and she wanted to go and get massages and just really spend time away from home. And I was like, okay, I'm down with the getting away from home, but the massage thing, just I'm not really a fan of. So I was talking to my main man, Isaac Lamarcus Lau III. Shout out to my main man. He used to work at IGN, man. We miss you, homeboy. But, some people's got to move on. But I was talking to him before we went on the trip, and then I was talking about, yeah, my little lady wants to get a massage. I was like, I've had, I thought that knife was coming out. I've had a massage in the past, and it was an embarrassing experience. I think I've told this story before, but I had, I got to keep it PG-13, but let's just say some body parts of mine weren't cooperating during the massage. I mean, they turn them lights off, they start hitting you with the warm oils, your body get relaxed, and you start losing control of things. But let's just keep it at that. So I was like, I'm not really keen on wanting to do this again because I was like, I don't want that to happen again. But he's like, nah, man, you gotta go. He's like, some of the places I go to, he's telling me something about happy endings and things like that. And I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, Isaac, I don't know about none of that stuff. I don't go to these low end, massage parlors, bro. I go to the ones where you gotta pay a couple of $100 for 50 minutes and stuff like that. So I don't go to those type. But I was kind of intrigued. So I was like, I wonder if this place was gonna do what he was talking about. So as the time got, came closer and closer, I started getting more and more excited, just to get away from the kids, because like I say, me and my old lady, we really don't get too much time together. We just recently started watching TV shows together again, so we started watching Scandal. So shout out to Kerry Washington with her sexy ass, cause man, we loving that show, man, Kerry Washington. But we got away that Saturday, dropped my son and my daughter, or our kids, off at Gigi house, as they say. And we proceeded to head out to this resort. And the good thing about it, that the resort is really not that far away. It's about 20-30 minutes away from where we stay, so we, if something were to happen, we would be able to get back to the kids or to the family. But Gigi and Auntie Leah and Auntie Mia and all of them was at home, so we didn't have we weren't gonna have any problems. So we get to the resort and spa, and I always had this thing, when we go to places like this, you always get that sense of, I don't want to say it's a sense of not belonging, but we always get, what's my name? Oh, I haven't heard this nasty music in a long time. But as I was saying, I always get this sense of, like, I don't know, it's just a me thing. I always feel like I don't belong in some of these places, and I know I got the money, and I don't know. I got the money to be there, but I just don't feel like I should be there. You know, if you know what I mean. You know, so I always get that feeling. Anytime I take my old lady out to a nice dinner, you know, we try to get. I get my casual look on. I'm not gonna wear no suit or nothing like that, but I can throw on some. You know, you get the casual. You get the khakis and the polo sweater, and you know, I could do all of that with the little, you know, with the Timberlands or whatever my little nice little shoes are. But I just still feel like I get these looks like. I don't know. I'm not gonna even get into all of that nonsense. You know, I'm just saying, we got there and I was a little nervous, but you know, after they take your credit card and do what they gotta do, everybody treats you. All people care about is the green. You know what I'm saying? But we was able to get there, relax for a little while, went to the bistro, but we ended up leaving the place because we wanted to hang out a little bit. So we went to the mall and did some walking around and just, you know, holding hands and, you know, whispering sweet nothings in each other's ears and, you know, just having a good time, you know. And we stayed out for a couple hours. She took me to the shoe store because she's telling me that my hip hop days are over, and all I wear is my jeans and my white tees, but my shoes be looking like biscuits. She don't like my Chucks. I like to wear Chucks nowadays. You know, I've wore Jordans, but I like to wear Chucks now. So she wanted to take me to the mall to go buy some new shoes. And man, the kids these days, man, they wearing these different color Jordans and Kevin Durant shoes and all these shoes that's red and green and blue and they all bright and shit. And I'm like, yo, I can't get down with this. But I just reverted back to what I know. I got me a nice pair of Jordans and called it a wrap. So we went home, or actually we went to dinner afterwards and had a nice sit down and ate real good. And I still didn't really leave a good tip. I just can't do the tip thing, you know. But spent a good chunk of money, and then we headed back to the resort. And after we kind of settled in, went and got in that jacuzzi. And I kept telling my old lady, I said, I know you want to do something promiscuous, you want to be a little sneaky and stuff. I said, but babe, we can't do it in the jacuzzi. You know, they got cameras all over the place. And she's like, how you know? I said, because when they was taking my credit card, I looked over to the side and I seen a million cameras, and one of the main cameras I saw was overlooking the jacuzzi. I said, so we can't. I said, babe, I know you want to be adventurous, you know you want to do all this stuff, but it's just, I can't even be lying on her like that, because she'll be mad. She see that I was the one trying to be promiscuous. I was trying to be spontaneous and freaky and stuff. But I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna even do nothing like that. I can't be, you know, we can't get kicked out of this resort trying to be sneaky. So we was able to hold it together, you know, and we went and spent a nice lovely evening together in our room. And the best part is we got to sleep in. Oh my goodness, there was no waking up in the middle of the night trying to play paper rock scissors trying to see who's gonna feed the baby or nothing like that. We was able to sleep in. But the cold part about that is, man, you would think for almost $500 for one night, you would think the bed would be a whole lot more comfortable. And man, it was. I'm here to tell you, my bed, I was tossing and turning all night. I woke up, my lower back was hurting and my neck was hurting. I'm just like, damn, this is how they get you to come get a massage, you know. So the next morning we got up kind of early because we had to check out at 12, and but our massage was at 10. So we got up. And I was all confused. I'm like, yo, babe, I don't know what to do. Do I just wear my basketball shorts down there? Do I wear my, you know, do I wear a robe? I was like, I don't really know what to do. You know, like I was nervous, and I just kept telling her, I was like, babe, I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, if we go into this place, and the man come out talking about he wants, you know, one of the male masseuse come out talking about he got me, we're gonna have a situation, because I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing. I'm just not used to getting massages. But to be honest with you, I don't want to be in a dark room. Oh, God, he scared the hell out of me. Fox. He scared the hell out of me, bro. He know he's coming at me. Whew. But I was saying, I don't want no male masseuse, like, rubbing oils on me in the dark with no sensual music. Something just feels off about that, you know? I want me a nice woman, you know? So we sitting in a waiting area, and I'm just waiting, and I'm thinking back to what my main man Isaac said. He's saying, yo, if you want to have a good time, you don't wear your drawers during your massage, you know. And I'm just like, I'm cool, bro. I'm gonna wear my boxer briefs. I can't do that. So they came and got us. It was two ladies. One was Isabella, other lady was Susan. And you know Isabella was sexy, long dark curly hair, beautiful lips, banging body, and she's just, oh hi, hello, how are you guys doing? I'm just like, oh goodness gracious. And right away my old lady's like, yep, Isabella, you're gonna be my masseuse for today. And I'm just like, come on babe, why are you hating? She's like, no, you go with Susan. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So we did the little couple massage, and you know, and we get in there, we get on our tables, and right away I'm hearing like my lady just like having a good time over there. Like she all got the nice deep, taking nice deep breaths, and Isabella whispering sweet nothings in her ear, and then like she making my old lady feel real good, like she got magic fingers and hands or whatever. But then you look over at my table, man, within the first few minutes, man, so my lady asked me, what you want me to do? And I'm just like, you know what, my lower back is hurting, my neck's hurting me, kind of just, you know, focus on that area. Man, I thought I was in the ring with Bret Hart or Kurt Angle or any mat technician, you know what I mean? I felt like I was in a wrestling ring. This lady was doing all type of stuff to me. Like at one point my lady was like, you okay? Because the bed I was on, like every time she would put me in some move, the bed would kind of rock a little bit. My lady was like, what's going on? I was like, yo. And it's crazy because Isabella was whispering all those sweet nothings in my lady's ear, but Susan, she hit me with, how does that feel? I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, yo, we got the nice sensual music going. You got the hot oils on me, and then you can't even come on, whisper the sweet nothings in my ear, make me feel a little bit more relaxed. Like I was tense the whole time because she was beating me up. I told my lady at one point she put me in a cross-face crippler. She put me in a sleeper hold. She was taking my arms and legs and moving them all over the place, and I'm just like, this is not right. So I'm still sore now. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little teed off. Cause my old lady, she said the lady Isabella was doing things to her that she hasn't had done to her, and that didn't make me feel comfortable when she told me that. But at the end of the day, we had us a good time getting away from spent from the kids. I'm actually trying to figure out how we gonna plan our next trip, because it was something we needed. You know, I'm feeling a whole lot better. I can't wait. But if you guys are from California or been to somewhere in California, like a resort or spot, hit me up and tell me what's another good place to go. I want to go spend some, hell, it ain't gotta be California. Just tell me any place you visited that I should look up to go, where I want to go to a resort and spa and do something special again. But if you enjoyed this commentary, man, please leave your comments in the comment section. Hit me up, tell me where all the good spots are, and hopefully this was entertaining commentary. We came, we saw, I got destroyed, 20 deaths. Let's get up out of here, man. We gone.